Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toku Portal podcast, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. I am Vashi V, and joining me today is.
Right. Welcome to episode 2. We're fucking stupid.
Dude,
For
we've said that. What the last three teams?
the past month, we've been going on and on about Cure Major was just so good, and like we had 3 good shows in a row. There's no way we'll enjoy the next one nearly as much.
I
We're
think
fuck.
I enjoy the start of this one better than I have the start of the last three seasons.
First 2 episodes of this are unreasonably good. Like,
Oh,
most
absolutely.
Sentai do not nail the opening like this.
And there's a level of this series that even you have to admit is kind of borderline parody-ish.
They
Not
definitely.
and but not in a bad way. I think it's just them feeding off of what the comedy that made Cure Major fantastic
Right.
with some of their choices.
But also, they doing that in that regard of like they're playing with the tropes,
Yeah,
but not. I
absolutely.
wouldn't really necessarily go so far as to say this is as much of a parody as Cure Major was at times.
Oh yeah, no, I can't even argue that. But there's just bits of this where it's like, yeah, this just seems like you're poking fun at it in a manner of speaking. Because seriously, when's the last time we had a yellow like this? Ever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like ever.
Like I think the closest we get to a yellow like this is Gold and Go Buster.
uh, Jin Beatbuster. He was zany, but like he wasn't like this.
Right. That's why I said like the closest we get to it, and I'm literally only called him yellow because he was Magi Yellow.
No, you called
That's
him
it.
Gold.
No, I called him yellow. Or well, no, I referenced yellow like this is why I
Oh,
specifically
oh.
pointed out him because he was Magi Yellow.
I completely missed that. If you didn't point it out.
But my God, this show.
So,
Real quick on a side note, I am disappointed because and I'll touch on it again when we get to it. I am disappointed about next week's episode only because I wanted or wait, no, we do get one more. Never mind. I forgot which one was next episode. For some reason I thought it was blue and not pink.
no,
Never mind.
Pink's next
Disregard.
episode in blue is gonna be last
Yes.
because
Never
he's
mind. Disregard. He's the running joke.
yeah he's busy right now. If you're unsure what we mean by that, Blue currently works for the villains as a janitor.
And in the course of two episodes, the only thing he's done is get shot
Yeah, so like
for butting in.
he'll be like mopping or sweeping the floor or whatever, and he'll overhear the villains talking about their evil plans, and he'll be like, "Wait, what'd you say? That's surprising." And like the guy will just fucking shoot him. Like, hey, no commentary from the cleaning staff.
Glad we get it one more week of it. Maybe two.
I suspect that the last time is when they finally just throw him out the airlock.
Yeah.
That
But
or
anyways, onto this.
that, or he finally realizes, like, wait, are we the baddies?
Are we the bad guys? I
Uh,
actually would love to have that moment because it's very much an underused thing.
so the villains realize that this world has a defense force, Zenkaiger, and they acknowledge that, like, hey, the other worlds had heroes like these. They just didn't pose a threat to us because we had the magic gear that's not working.
That we're not gonna fix.
Well, he tried to fix it, but
Yeah, that didn't work.
uh, that'll
Gave up
probably
really quick.
that'll probably be like the important plot points of like, oh, if I have this tool, I might be able to fix the magic gear. And then
Yeah,
the at the end of the series, they'll try to use it, or maybe that'll like be a mid-season thing.
yeah, for them, fixing a few of the worlds.
So Doctor What's His Face gets an idea like, hey, maybe I can use the power inside the gears that I've trapped the worlds in. And he gives it to one of the monsters. Hey, this one's a mushroom world. Turns
One
him.
of the grunts specifically,
Yep, another series where the grunts become the monster.
which I enjoy those a lot more than I should.
They make the grunts have more meaning.
Yeah, it beyond just cannon fodder.
So that's where all the mushrooms start popping up on people. Uh, and while they're doing that, you got Kaito and Juran who are running around going like, "Where are all these mushrooms coming from?" And then they meet each other.
Coincidence in this episode is amazing.
Right, they're both oh, we're using the Sentai gears that my parents made. What? I made these evil gears. Like, that's a crazy coincidence. Let's see which one is better.
Uh, I think the best part of this entire scene, beyond the whole, you know, happenstance of running into each other, is the fact that the dude got the monster got a new name.
Yeah, like whatever that word was.
Uh, like Kinkano or something.
You're
Whatever the
right.
hell Japanese word for mushroom, I'm assuming.
Or something like that, at least.
And the general tells him, hey, Kinkano World, go take care of it. And they just nobody moves. He goes,
Oh,
that's you.
that's me! That's my name now!
And then the questioning of why he keeps saying Kinkano. Because I don't want to forget my name. Which
So,
again, I feel is just making fun of older Sentai where the monsters just always say one phrase unnecessarily.
I mean, fitting considering they used Goggle Five's ribbons.
Yeah, that too.
So, the monster runs away in a puff of smoke. Or spore dust or whatever.
Yeah, support us.
And back at the house, the bird. It's gonna be a while for him. I forgot to write their
Sechan.
names down again. Sechan tells Kaito, like, hey, you need to go and find more allies so that you can for sure defeat the monster.
And what a plan he has.
They parade themselves in town, like, hey, we're the ones who defeated Toji Tendo the other day. And we're
we're,
recruiting.
we're holding tryouts.
We got coupons to my grandma's restaurant or shop or whatever it is.
Yeah, hell with these guys.
So at first, like, they got a huge crowd of people running. It was like, oh, these are the heroes. Oh, there's a news crew. Like, oh, can we have a few words? And then they're like, we're recruiting. And everyone's just like, well, I'm out.
Like this is that moment where my brain clicked parody. Because just the idea of the heroes, the hero team running around town going, "Do you want to be one of us? Do you want to be one of us?" is hilarious to me.
And the fact that, like, everyone is just like, nope, I'm too scared to fight and
Nope,
just pieces
I'm out of
out.
this. Like even the prospective recruit that they do get doesn't want to fight.
At first.
at first, because it's always at first.
So yeah, we meet this week's new member, Yellow, Gowon. He's a lion-based Kikanoid that loves organic life. He keeps trying to approach animals, though, to pet them, but they keep running away from him.
Like I said, like this is that point. I was like, I don't think we've ever had a yellow that was like adorable like this in this particular manner. Because we've had adorable yellows
Right.
for the handful of female yellows that we've had, but this was an entirely different level of aww.
Uh, so, Gowon approaches Kaito like, hey, I don't want to fight, but will you be my friend? And completely ignores every time Jurin tries to talk to him.
Uh,
Because he hates Kikanoids. There's nothing cute about them. They're blocky and unnatural. Organic life,
jerky, but
jerky.
jerky Kikanoid.
Organic life, however, like that shit's cute, including humans. So he wants to be Kaito's friend.
Like the running joke this episode of him ignoring Jurin is like is it's solid and it's
My
fantastic.
favorite is during the fight when Kaito gets sent flying, and so Gowon
You know,
goes
and
and
goes and
catches him.
catches him.
But then when Juren gets sent flying, Gowon starts to run forward and runs past him
Cast him
to like
into
go
the
after the
monster.
monster, and Juren just crashes into a building. But yeah, Kaito asks Gowon if he'll fight with them, and Gowon initially refuses. Like, nah, I don't want anything to do with Toji Tendo. Fuck Kikanoids, and I don't care about those losers.
I just want to play with cute animals.
But then, the real plan kicks into action. The mushrooms that are being planted everywhere start releasing poisonous gas, or spores, or whatever. And it's hurting all the organic life. And so now Gowon is mad, because Toji Tendo is hurting the animals.
Can we please point out his solution initially?
Okay?
Because it led to a great running gag of him
Oh,
constantly pulling the mushroom off. Bing, clink, bing. Sorry, I thought it was
yeah, he tries tearing the
hilarious.
mushroom off his head, but a new one just grows every time.
It was great, especially when it happened mid speech.
Right, he finally, like, decides to fight and he's giving his big speech. And he tears it off and it doesn't grow, and he keeps giving a speech, and then it grows back.
Show was such a fucking delight.
And once again, the bad guys just stand there in confusion as the heroes explain to their new member how to use the transformation tool.
God. And I'm enjoying that gag, and I love the fact that based on the preview, we're gonna get that next week too.
Also, the shoot the grunt.
Yeah, they shoot the grunt and sure going, oh, I already did that.
Cut him off. Though I do like how this first meeting between heroes and villains is going, because you've got the general in charge of the monsters. He's actually like studying his opponents here. It's like, okay, they use a similar technology to us, and they're increasing their numbers here. They're gaining new team comrades. Okay.
It's like, but like looking at it from an outside, like an outside perspective, is like you're sitting there going, so this is what happens when two groups of idiots meet. Because like through the start of this entire thing is like neither side exactly knows what's going on.
Right.
Like even the bad guys with their own stuff have no they have no clue, and then the Zenkaigers have no idea.
Right. And the villains are still trying to figure out their own stuff because this whole thing was a test run for him. He picked up the mushroom thing gear and was like, mushroom world, let's give this a try
It's
and see what it does. And now he's studying. He's like, okay, so power.
like even the whole uh the final bit of the fight is all purely accidental.
So this was a mushroom world. This was nothing. This was just a hey, let's just get this started. We're eventually going to get into other Sentai worlds. Do you think that's where like the returning villains are going to come from?
God, I
Like
hope
like
so.
previous boss characters are just going to be like the grunt using that Sentai gear.
Like that would be fantastic. I also want any excuse to bring back Bandora.
Which one? Oh, Bandora.
Yeah. I want any excuse to be able to bring back Bandora or any of the merry band that's not Maximar Goldus. Or Goldus Maximar. What Maximus, whatever the fuck that name was.
I don't know. Griffors are something.
Well, I meant specifically the one for Beast Morphers.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just don't do that, and I don't care.
Uh, but yeah, no, yeah, like just because we saw from like the movie things, like oh, there's a bunch of recurring villains, so I'm wondering if those are just gonna be like Sentai World Gears.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing some of them come back, and I don't care if it's just in the movie. Like I'm excited to see Boss go back because, to be fair, some of the villains in these shows were fantastic.
Sorry. So we get our three-person roll call. I like the slow build up. Like, all right, we're adding one each time rather than just like, all right, here's three, here's another two, and like no, like one, 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 one.
Like, and unlike another show, it can focus on that one character but still have play to the other characters as well. It it's not going so far as to just no, this is the only character you need to worry about. You need to care about this episode. In case you didn't get the reference, I was talking about Saber.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, it's like I don't. We've never had a start to a Sentai like this, have we?
No, because usually it'll start you off
Usually,
with
you have the base,
right. Kyoryuger came close, but even that didn't quite do it like this because what that one did was like you had all
the
five,
identities were secret,
but they just didn't trust each other. And
right?
so King had to like gain their trust one at a time. Well,
And
he did
then
pink and blue at the same time because
yeah,
yeah.
and then Rio Soldier. It was a base team of five, but it started with just the three.
Right, like they did that with Go Ontra as well. It's like, all right, here's the first three, and now we're going to introduce two more, green and black.
Right. And then halfway through the show, we're going to introduce people who brag about the fact that they can fly.
So,
Um, but the one thing I did like about this is the fact that they made the because the focal character is yellow. They made his the bigger square
hmm,
during the transformation rather than focusing on what would be the main character, leader of
Right.
the team. Because usually that would be red, or in this case, white. The fact that they didn't do that was actually kind of a nice touch.
And so now we get the happiest accident the villains could have hoped for. He calls in the giant mech, who accidentally steps on the world gear, which has malfunctioned, and the power's gone out of control, and Kura turns him into that monster.
Like this is the best way for this to ever be a thing. Because like I get the whole bad guys already having this be a thing. In Gokaiger, this that whole entire weapon was basically finished up. She I forget her name, but the female villain had literally finished the put the finishing touches on that weapon for episode one at the start of it. But usually they come in hand with you
Right.
know
Usually, like, the villain, like, whatever way for the monster to grow or whatever, it's already predetermined.
right. I think the two that weren't like that I'm aware of is O Ranger, because they modified the little the little robot that dude swung around, and then I want to say Go Onger.
Uh, I don't remember how Go Onger did it.
They went back to the base and got infused with stuff that when they died it,
Oh, right. They preemptively filled themselves, yeah.
but it didn't start that way. I think that was like episode two. They decided to start using that. But like this is, and but this also does lead me to one particular important question:
What's up?
where the hell did that giant monster come from? Because it looked like it was literally just hiding behind a building.
That's probably going to be a recurring gag.
Okay,
The monster
I
is
like
just.
that gag. Just
The giant
hi.
robot is always just off frame.
Like it literally looked like it was just crouched down behind the building.
Like, I was here the whole time.
I do like the fact that while Kaito and Gaon was celebrating, Jiren's going, what are you doing? We're not done
Guys,
yet. Come on.
there's the guys, you know what, I got it. And so yeah, Gowon and Jiren grow big into mechs. But they can't get along with each other, so Kaido decides, you know what, I'll just do it too. But that's not what his gear does. His gear allows the Kikanoids to combine together into the Sentai mech.
Question.
Yes.
Why was it a baseball field?
I have no idea. I was wondering that
I
exact same thing.
was like, of everything you could have done, why is it a baseball field?
Literally nothing about this show has indicated baseball.
None. Like, I would get it, like, if he was, like, a former baseball player. Like, episode one, we see him, commenting about how he wished he still played ball or something like that. At least then it would make sense. This is just out of nowhere.
Now, Kaito's parents created the Sentai gears after observing the other Sentai worlds. And one of the worlds they discovered was the Kikanoid world. And the way the gears work seemed to be a bit too catered towards Kikanoids to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
In addition, the fact that the villains also use gears.
Like there's some hinkiness going on.
Uh,
Like not necessarily bad hinky, just some hinkiness.
Now, the villain said that like he created the gears, and Kaito's parents allegedly created the Sentai gears. Could it be because they discovered the Kikinoid world first, they also discovered its technology?
I feel that would make the most sense. Just in the aspect of they found the Kinkanoir world, found out what Bakawas was doing, figured out how he was doing it, and decided to use that same technology as a no, we're gonna have
So, like, oh, they're
like a
capturing
contingency.
worlds in these gears. What if we did that, but with the Sentai power?
Yeah, like it would at least give a decent explanation, which I'm sure we're gonna get a decent explanation based on how this shit's been going.
Oh,
This
right.
show's not. This show has not missed a mark yet.
There is going to be a big dramatic reveal about Kaito's parents. The question is what?
Right? Is it you know good or bad?
uh, did they intend for the Kikinoids to use these gears, or was that a coincidence? In fact, there's still the mystery of why the Kikinoids are here. Toji Tendo was intending to absorb the Earth like it did the other worlds,
But it didn't work.
and for some reason, part of their world got put merged into this one, which is where all the Kikinoids came from. Why would that happen?
I'm honestly I'm feeling that his parents were involved in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, on a side note, can we stop doing the dead or missing parents thing?
No.
God damn it! And the sad thing is, we can't even use Magic Rangers as an excuse to not do it because even they did it
They had a different
to a point.
resolution to it, but they still did it.
Yeah. Oh,
um, so yeah, Jiren and Gawan kiss and make up. Not really, though. They just kiss and then yell at each other some more.
forcibly, apparently.
And then yell at each other some more. But Kaito forces them to work together to defeat the monster and save the day. He is literally going to be the glue that holds this team together. I look forward to the future episode near the end of the series where Gawan shows legitimate concern for Juran.
Yeah, that's going to be a very touching moment. I do like. I know I was hesitant seeing the mech and all that because it's a very underwhelming mech, all things considered. But I never knew how much I needed the split to missedate laser beam until now. I know we've had them disconnect to like completely dissolve to miss an attack and reform, but this is just it feels so much cleaner.
So, with the defeat of the monster, uh, the Mushroom World, because the gear has been destroyed, is freed. But the only person who knows this right now is Vroom.
Is Vroom because he was cleaning the floor in the room where that message popped up. God, the show is great.
Toji Tendo is going to learn soon enough. And the heroes will learn when Vroom joins them. But for right now, Vroom is the only one who knows that happened.
it's recompense for him getting shot twice.
Here's your ticket to buy your way onto the team.
Info.
But for now, the next member to join will be Pink.
Which I'm a little amazed that Pink wasn't the last one.
Yeah, it's nice when they mix it up and not just like do the same ones.
Right. Because like you go back through and watch the main series where they've done this, where they've introduced the extra characters or the cast by characters, like usually Pink is fairly towards the end. Um Helen SPD, she was the last one introduced
Um, in recent years, that
in
hasn't
the same
been
episode. Um I want to say the last one to do it. Um Lupin Ranger is an exception because of the way they did that one. So I'm excluding Lupin Ranger from it.
Raptor was
Yeah,
seventh or eighth.
I thought she
No,
was the last
wait,
one.
was she nine?
She was she was the last one of the main team
Holy shit!
because right after that is when we got Ryu Commander.
Right. That that 9-member team turned into 12 real fucking quick.
God, yes, it did.
I don't know why they didn't stop at 9, honestly.
I blame Saban.
That might be valid.
I mean, well, to be fair, that was the one that Saban was helping with because that's the one that Saban was going to turn into
Right,
to adapt,
they
make it
wanted,
easier to adapt.
and then Hasbro went, "We're good."
Yeah, Hasbro went, no, we're buying this. What are you doing? Stop it.
No, Hasbro looked at Q Ranger and went, don't care for this one. We're good."
Now if only if now if only they'll stop, doing that to Tokuger. Because I would love to see what Hasbro would come up with for explanation for half of that. Especially the superpower one, superpower pink Tokuger.
Oh,
I'm a strong girl, strong girl, strong girl, strong girl.
Hasbro basically said they're not going to do Tokyuger.
Which is disappointing because that show's fantastic.
Now, they didn't directly say it, but in an interview, one of the, I think a screenwriter, mentioned that, like, what it comes down, their decision for choosing to do Ryu Soldier so soon after Dino Charge, which was dinosaurs are popular. They're way more popular than trains, for example.
I mean, they're not wrong.
No, in America that is true, but it was basically like, we're not doing Tokyuger, stop asking.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Fine, then do Lupet.
I can't imagine they won't do cops versus robbers.
I can't see them not doing it given how popular like Persona 5 is.
Like, even putting that aside, like, just the base concept is really good. The only reason I can
Oh
see them
yeah.
passing up on it is because the toys for that show didn't sell that well in Japan.
Keyword to Japan. And this is the thing with like I feel
Then
by our
again,
market is a little more different.
that argument doesn't really apply here because Beast Morphers sold so poorly. It was the reason Kyoryuger had a 10-member team, and Hasbro did that one first.
Right. It's like you look at, well, because Hasbro has the understanding of the fan base for Power Rangers, whereas all Japan cares about is the kids' toy sales. kids toy sales, kids toy sales.
It's what
Yeah,
funds the
yes they
show.
do. Right. And yes, they do the CSMs and all that stuff. It's like, but that's I feel in it has nothing to do with um any of the toy sales from any of the
That's
shows.
just taking advantage of adult fans' nostalgia for the shows they liked as kids, and
Whereas
it works.
here, yeah, a 100. Given the fact that I have a CSM double belt, yes, it works. But I feel it like here that adult market is much larger. That even kid, like for me is like my girl's kid likes Power Rangers. I could go buy any of the Power Ranger toys and he'll fucking love it. But at the same time, this is the stuff I grew up on. This is nostalgia, so I get to play with it too. It's a win-win. I feel us as Americans are more likely to spend money on it just out of nostalgia.
I would love a complete set of the O's coins. Just like, just even to look at them, they're so cool.
Right. Like I'd be okay not having the belt for that. I'd want the belt for it too. Let's not deny that. We'd still want the belt. But yeah, that'd be something that I would 100% find a way to hang that on my wall or display it on a shelf or something. God, I just want another CSM belt now. I've started the addiction. I started with a 0-1 belt.
Now you won't have money
Now
for
I have
crack.
3. Woohoo! I can stay off crack. Silver linings.
That's from a joke I heard about, like, oh, you don't want your kids to do drugs? Get them into Magic the Gathering.
Yes. For me, I've heard it from Magic the Gathering and D&D. Because let's face it, spending all your money on dice, you can't buy crack. See, you can't afford crack.
I got like 7 different sets of dice in here.
I have one set. And it's a Cthulhu set. But yeah. Anyways, back to Zenkaiger. The show's an absolute delight. Like, this is much better than we were anticipating. There's some giant questions like why the fuck is it a baseball field? Which I doubt we'll ever get an explanation for that. It's just gonna be a thing they do.
And in 2 episodes, I am far more invested than anything going on in Saber right now.
2 episodes in for this versus the 26 episodes that were in a Saber, and yeah, I care more about this show
now
than I have for the last 26 episodes of Saber.
Saber is not a bad show, it's pretty good. I have 0 emotional investment right now.
And we're at a point where the things that are going on, we should have emotional
care.
investment. We should care.
This should be like a huge moment for the show where like tension is high and you really want to know what the next. I can wait. I don't care.
Yeah. Like, if not for the fact that I can't store that many episodes in my Dropbox, I'd wait until the show was over. I'm not in any way interested in that show. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because it's Ryder, but like I told you, it's more of the I'm bored and I can't decide on what video game I want to play or what I want to watch, so I put on Saber.
Right, it's like I got a couple hours before work today. Fuck it, I'll catch up.
I realized I found the easiest way to explain my feelings for Saber in a way that you would understand. I would much rather go watch Die Ranger. I would much rather watch a villain child actor using a party favor like a cigar and an annoying ass little fucking child who basically sexually harasses one of the characters for the entirety of the show. I'm more interested in that show than I am Saber.
I completely forgot about Die Ranger. Were we gonna try and watch that together?
Yes, we were.
I completely
We
forgot.
set we had set rules for it. We were gonna watch
We were gonna do like 5 episodes a week or something
five a
like that.
week, but we never settled on a start time for
We,
it.
oh god.
So and ow.
Enjoy that one, Drago.
Yeah. God damn it, turn the fucking TV back on so my light comes on. I shifted and fell down behind my laptop.
All I saw was
Ah.
your keyboard.
Yeah, because I have on top of my laptop that, and then I have my light sitting up here too for better lighting conditions. Because where it was at with me shifting my desk, I apologize for the color scheme because it's just asinine. There we go.
My
It
my
it
webcam
was
like
putting
poorly hangs off of my monitor, so I have to like adjust it every time we start cuz this desk is so flimsy that I just touch it and it shakes.
yeah, I've been watching that the entire part in the entire podcast. Um, mine's a lot more stable, but yeah, that's where mine is too. But the cord runs this way, and this is my light is right here, and it basically
Oh,
fell down onto the cord and
show off
bumped it
the
off.
tattoo. That
I
is
love that one.
that is
That is my
every
favorite one.
Heisei Rider's series symbol with lines connecting them from Kuga to Zio.
With one screw up,
Yeah, double line on Kiva to Decade.
because Decade goes to Kiva this way, and then also this way. Damn it.
And then that though, it's great.
Um, but no, I like the wizard one a lot because of the detail. And then I'm glad I got the green on double because otherwise it had just been a white space.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was a great 5.5 hours that I was angry at by the end of it.
I can't believe you did that in one session.
Honestly, that's normal. Like not for this specific style of tattoo, but like overall, it's like a lot of people. Like one of my coworkers has a big giant phoenix on his neck. He sat for 3 sessions, 8 hours, 9 hour, and a 10 hour session on his neck. This hurt enough. I'm good. um, but for this, it really wasn't all too terrible until the lines started getting drawn. Because then all the logos were done at that point, and it was just connecting them. And no, don't run lines from tattoo to tattoo. It hurts.
Did you have to like bite the wood?
No, I was able to do it to where my arm didn't move, but I was kicking my feet, man. I'm not gonna lie. That whole like clenching up, bringing your knees up, and all that. Yeah, yeah, 100%. I was doing that. Not gonna lie. I came this close to tapping out, but by that point it was almost done. So I'm like, nope, I can't.
I'm not gonna want to sit back in this chair again.
Yeah, no, not for a while. I am good.
I have a friend who's
Um,
been getting a Pokemon tattoo, and they've been going like every few weeks or so to like get it colored in and such.
right. And the bigger the piece, the worse it is.
And this is like a sleeve, so
Yeah. So pretty much what I did, just with a lot more color and lines. Yeah, they suck. They're not fun. But those are very much a piece by piece tattoo. Like they'll usually do the outline, then do some of the shading, and then
Yeah, outline
start
was
coloring it.
one session, I believe. Actually, the outline might have taken multiple sessions, like upper and then lower arm, and then like every few weeks, like they go in to like get it colored in a bit more.
Yeah. Um, which is fairly standard for tattoos. Um, unless you're getting something small, a lot of them are multi-session tattoos.
Like if you get like the heart that says mom.
Yeah, that's a one, or like a band logo or something like that. It's fairly simple. Um, yeah. The sad thing is, like, I posted this on my Facebook, and my older sister, the first words out of her mouth, because one of my other friends asked what it was, and I'm like, these people have no idea what Kamen Rider is and all that. So I'm like, 20 years of a show I love, and I left it at that. My older sister, where's the Power Rangers? To which Pixie responded, don't give him any ideas. Too late. It had crossed my mind and to do 20 or the 20 Heisei logos for Sentai down the other arm. The problem is the logos for Sentai are a lot more complex because a lot of the logos involve the kanji.
And the Heisei era for Sentai went on for like 30 years.
I was gonna do the 20 from essentially Kuga to
So
yeah
Time Ranger to I think Lupat.
yeah. And Loop Hat would have been
Right,
yeah because Loop
because
Hat
they did the Psycho Battle thing as the transition. Ryu Soldier was the first Reiwa, I
first
believe.
Ray one yeah. So I thought about that and I'm like no that's gonna be way more complicated than
Nah,
20 little pictures.
you could get like
So
the Mighty Morphing Lightning Bolt.
which is exactly what Pixie had said. And I followed it up with the power coins.
Or that, yeah, get like
Well,
oh
no, I can do the lightning bolt and then the power coins underneath.
oh yeah, do like all seven of them.
So
Get like Dragon and
yes,
White
all
Tiger in
seven
there.
white. Which because I went to Jason David Frank's website,
Hmm.
or not Jason David Frank. Wow, I'm sorry, Austin St. John. How I
Oh,
screwed that up, I don't know. Um, but on his website, he's got like 2-inch stickers,
oh,
and they're like tribal-ish, but they're the power coins, and they have all seven. So now they're on my mantle
yeah. No, I can see you
with
make that
red
mistake.
and
That's
with
something Jason David Frank would do.
yeah. But it's for how I have them set up. I have red in the center, yellow, blue and black, yellow, pink, white, green. So it's like perfectly synced up. They were $2 a piece. And also I like Austin St. John he's as a person he's fantastic too. So I'm like, yeah, I'll support him. He's not an asshole. Unlike, certain Rangers. But Zenkaiger.
Zenkaiger. We stopped talking about Zenkaiger like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. We got distracted by my artwork. Um, but no, it's
So,
like, go ahead.
was gonna say, yeah, it's a really good start so far, and I look forward to seeing what happens once the full team gets together, because the villains are going to need to realize like, hey, they're only getting stronger. How do we fight back?
Also, can we stop staring at them while they transform?
Never. Well,
I
okay.
won't. I want one of them. one villain. I want them to introduce another villain at some point, and to have them do to the Rangers what they've done to them for 2 weeks in a row now.
Just shoot one of them.
Just shoot one of them. Whether it kills them, yeah, I'm obviously not going to kill him because Sentai.
When the
I
six,
say, like, yeah, like when the sixth one shows up, just have
like,
the other guys not go, have the villains go, yeah, no, 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 stop this.
or when the six shows up, have the grunts be scared and try to hide behind each other.
I would love that. Actually, I would love that at any point from now on because it's happened twice. Have some pattern recognition, people.
Actually, uh, that's a good point. So the six is traditionally like they join late and they have a power similar to the main team, but there's a difference in it. Like like usually they have like a different transformation tool or they got it from a different source.
Right. Like how Kyoryu Gold was the little arm bracelet instead of the
Right.
gun.
Uh or Gokai Silver had the like cell phone
Yeah,
that
the cell phone.
like he had the cell phone that like he actually put it into like a case instead of like turning it like a key.
Um, Kanalo used his gun, didn't he?
Oh
Or
yeah,
did Kanalo have? Yeah,
did he use his gun to transform? I don't remember.
I want to say he did.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's like they always end up similar but different.
So, do we have any predictions for Zenkai 6?
Beyond going the guy Go Kaiser route, no. Of him literally being just all of his powers are extra ranger shit.
Like transformation wise, like where does he get his powers from? Why is it different? What is different about it? Like
See, that's the thing is like the only way I feel that they could do it enough to where to be different and make sense is would be if it's a sword
that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe he uses a sword to transform instead of a gun.
or a shield, but we've literally had that. Plus, one of the characters already has a shield because Ho Ho Soldier used a shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like as short of using a sword, it would be that'd be the only thing I feel that would make sense for it to continue to be a weapon based um transformation device. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a sword.
But yeah, this is very much a show I'm
I
100% down for.
I think I'm still leaning towards silver over gold this time.
I'm only leaning towards gold because
Like that's the next one. Like if they keep
yeah,
alternating it.
yeah, because I mean technically I feel Kanalo could have been kind of both
Kanoa
the same way
was
Loop had was. He was gold, but he had blue and silver too.
yeah, but like it was like a more blue than it was silver. Like he was like a navy blue going on.
Right. Um, Probably
Like
because they figured out
Shinken
that
gold.
that's probably because they figured out that villain suit worked great in Kyu Ryuger. God, that was a great suit.
Also Shinken gold did the same color pattern.
Yeah.
Like it's just complementary colors. They've been doing this for like 50
Well, yeah,
years. They
I
know what
know.
they're doing.
If only they could stop using the same two fucking colors.
No, but sell toys.
I know. Like I get the wholesale
I
toys thing, like,
know.
but I mean, it's part of the reason why I'm glad that this series isn't based around Red.
Like in Key Ranger, we didn't the sixth member wasn't Silver and Gold because Silver and Gold were already part of the base team.
Right. That's why we ended up with all the idiotic colors, like
Like
sky blue.
what if this is another series that just says fuck it and gives us both again?
I would be okay with that, but I don't want them to go the Lupat route.
No, like seven member team again.
Yeah, I
God,
would be
I
okay with that.
want an actual seven member team so bad. We've
It would
gotten
it would be nice.
we've gotten a lot of like guest sevenths, but we like the closest we've gotten to an actual seventh member team was Go Launcher.
Yeah,
And I maintain that felt more like you had a 5-person Sentai and a 2-person
two
Sentai
person
that teamed
Sentai.
up.
Right. And one constantly bragged about how they could fly and the others could not. I'm sorry, that's about all I took away from Go on Wings. We can fly, you can't have fun. Um, the only way that I would want them to do like the Lupat thing is if it was a Kinkanoid with like multiple personalities. Like in between fights, it gets hit in the head or something, and it
Hmm,
you know flops the processors or whatever, and the other personality takes over and he goes, "Okay, silver for that one," and then gets knocked out of the fight, hits his head, gold. But
maybe.
nobody else sees it happen. But nobody else sees it happen.
Uh,
So for like the entire series, they literally think it's two different people.
that'd be hard to
I
pull
think that would be
off.
great. Yeah, it would, but it would damn sure be impressive. I just don't want the Insta Noel thing. Like I without it being Noel, I don't think it'll work as well.
Yeah, no, Noel was a special case. I don't think we're getting that again for a long time.
Yeah, his charisma made him being gold and silver worth it. That and the unnecessary parkour. Speaking of that, I watched one of their finale tour concerts.
Hmm.
Noel sings. Well, most of them do. He sings "We," and middle of the song he backflips on stage
Good.
while singing. And I'm sitting going, I was like, well, that's Noel. I
Uh,
mean, that encapsulates the character perfectly. If you do not do this
could
while,
not have
no,
chosen a better actor for the role.
God no, like that entire cast is pure
Oh, that
perfection.
entire cast nailed it. Even from like early on when they were still figuring out the characters, they fucking knew what they were doing.
Like even like the I consider it one-off character like Kogure, who's literally there just to feed exposition, nailed that part from day one. Um, Also, at some point, I need to look up who the voice actors for this show are because I swear to God, I recognize
Oh,
Gaon.
actually, let's do that right now before we end. Zenkaiger. Alright, so, uh, Juran is Shintaro, Asanuma. He is, uh, have you ever seen
Yeah.
Assassination Classroom?
Yes.
Okay, Hiroto Maihara.
No idea.
Alright, well,
To be fair, I watched 2 episodes.
oh. He does a lot of anime roles. Ace of Diamond, Assassination Classroom, uh, Problem Children are coming from another world, aren't they? Beelzebub.
Well, I found out why I know Gone.
Gowon, Yuki Kaji, uh,
Aaron Yeager in Attack on Titan, Lion Vastia in Fairy Tail, Alibaba in Magi, and Shoto Todoroki in My Hero Academia.
I haven't seen any of those.
So yeah, that's 100%. Also, he's married to Ghost. He's married to the voice actress who
That's
played Ghost.
great. Let's see here. Majin. Uh,
SSS Gridman.
yeah. Uh,
And
Whatever that is.
the Records of a Bastard Magic Instructor.
Yeah. I've never heard of
I
that
have no,
before.
neither have I. She was also in a movie, Akatsu Stars, the movie,
And,
and Takuya Sato.
okay, he was Caesar in JoJo.
Caesar!
He was also in Cardfight Vanguard and Gundam Build Fighters.
Well, he's gonna have his own song because he is also a singer. He doesn't have his own theme song. I don't know what is wrong with this show. Huh. Komagine, who plays Kaito,
Yeah?
was born on the same day as the broadcast of the penultimate episode of Go Go 5, which and which aired alongside the premiere of Kamen Rider Kuga.
That's pretty cool.
God damn it! It is a whole premise. I swear to God, if he's that kid from fucking the Zio movie, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's not. No. That was a different kid.
I know.
That kid, no, that, because this guy was born at the start of Kuga. That kid was already like 5 or 6 years old. Like, I get to watch Kuga tomorrow.
No, but his brother was born that day. The one that was kidnapped,
Oh.
the one who was kidnapped was
I, f-
born the
I
day
forgot
Kuga
there was a
started.
second kid.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's Rider territory and not Sentai. So I doubt they're gonna go there.
But still, that's funny.
Besides, as far as we know, Kaito doesn't have a brother.
Yet.
Unless, oh no, this is the world without Rider!
Damn it! Damn you, Tid!
Oh, what a great character. Tid got shit done.
He did. Like, I hate, and he was the only one whose plan was even remotely different.
It was still steal a rider's powers and use it to take over the world, but like his execution was way better.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't the aspect of no, I'm just gonna take over for this power and fuck everybody else. It was no, I'm just gonna erase all this shit.
And Finis worked with what she had. She did a great job.
Yeah, I'll give her that. Much better than Was did.
Man, fucking White Waz. Literally stealing Time Jacker plot lines for his own shitty movie.
Anyways, for more
I,
Rider, please come
I,
back tomorrow.
I feel bad calling that movie shit because of all the work that was put into it, but at the same time, that was not a good
That movie was shit. That movie was shit. Like the only good parts of that movie were the fact that fucking the end was in it. The end was. Period. That was it. I don't care, and the extra, pulling in the other characters. Um, Outside of the cameos, no, that movie sucked.
Who's voicing the villains? Great King Bakuwas is Joji Nakata. Uh, Sir Crowler in Flashman. Great Professor Bias in Live Man. Azald in Zyuohger. Tank Joe in Ryu Soldier. This guy plays villains.
Yeah, he does. Um,
Barashitara. Let's see here. Kenji Nomura. Let's see here. Desvious and Gingaman. Kobolda and Go-Go 5. Uh, Debo Hyogaki and Kyoryuger. Who was that? Oh, Monster of the Week.
oh, just wait till you get to Gage. Um,
Let's see here. Iji Rude is Masanori Takeda. Do not have a history on him here.
look at Gage. Look who does the voice of Gage.
All right, Tatsuhisa Suzuki. Uh, Makoto Tachibana and Free. Um, Noctis in Final Fantasy 15. Lead vocalist of Old Codex. Usada Lettuce from Go Busters. We talked about that actually. I remember now.
And also known for the roles as Magi Red in Kamen Rider X Super Sentai Superhero Tyson. Yeah,
I guess.
guess for that
Yeah.
movie they couldn't get
Yeah, I guess
the
they
main
couldn't.
actor back.
Yeah, they couldn't get the actor back, so he did the voiceover. Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, the green hippopotamus in Go Busters as well.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, he actually he as the actor too.
Oh, was he the one that died? I think
Uh,
Green Hippo died.
yeah, Green Hippo died. Yeah, because character history. Take care of the rest, Hiromu. Atashi's final words before his death. That's
So yeah,
the beginning of his character history.
so yeah, all the voice actors here have experience,
And
and most of them in anime roles, which means they don't. They're it's a lot of specifically voice acting experience.
and there's a lot that they have to do with for voice acting and like anime stuff. It's a lot
Yeah.
more intensive than
Oh yeah, voice acting is
that.
completely different from acting. TV acting. All right, so this has gone on long enough. So thanks for joining us today,
Yeah.
everybody. Uh, Tomorrow's Kamen Rider Saber.
I
Uh, I
apologize.
I
I keep
wanted
meaning
to
to
like
show.
I wanted to like that show.
I wanted to like it, and I keep wanting to show up for the podcast, but I can't be bothered because I can't stand the show.
You should probably show up though.
I should. I also need to not be working overtime. Also, that's been kicking. That's been a big portion of it. Like I've literally been getting off work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, coming home and going and taking a nap. Sometimes those naps turn into sleep.
All right. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.